Bill and Mary here, back on the road for day number 3 of our Western adventure. And I gotta tell you, we've seen a lot of amazing things today. Sadly, I'm not always really great about taking a video at every place. So I am gonna have to do like I did yesterday with some photos. But so far today, we have gone to, we left Alburquerque, New Mexico, and we went to the Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert, and that's where I didn't take any videos. So I'm gonna pause here and we'll show you some beautiful scenery of some photos that we took while we were on that trip. Now, one thing I will say is that is a national park. If you are a veteran or an active duty military member, you can actually get an annual pass or a lifetime pass actually for free. So we were able to go all the way through that at no cost to us. I will tell you it's about 28 miles, I think, total to go all the way through it. We did it pulling our RV. We checked in at the visitor center. We told them we had a 41-foot RV, and they said, not a problem. You could get all the way through the park. There's just 2 areas where you pull off to look at things that they said you might not want to go into those because you would fit. But if any cars came in, you could easily get stuck. But they gave us a map that told that information as well, so we knew where to go and where not to go. But I'll tell you, we stopped and looked at just about everything except for those 2 places, and we had no issues whatsoever. It is very big rig RV friendly and absolutely gorgeous. We had no idea what it was going to be like and how much there was going to be. But I'll tell you, we spent about 4 hours driving through it, and we were truly just mesmerized. If you decide to go, I encourage you to go to the Blue Mesa. That's one of the areas. You have to drive just a little bit further to get to that off of the main road. And when you get there, I encourage you to walk the 1-mile loop. I was willing to forego the loop. Phil said, nope, we're doing it. Gotta tell you, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So glad.
It's a hard hike.
It's only a mile, but you go down a steep decline.
And you have to come right back.
Then you walk, pretty flat, but then what goes down must come up. So you have to walk up that huge incline. But it is worth the hike. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it is the only, little trivia here, it's the only national park in the United States where Route 66 actually used to drive through it. And you can see where that happens as well. So anyway, that was really great. Let me pause here, show you some photos of the Painted Desert and the Petrified Forest, and then I'll be back to tell you what we did next. Okay, one more thing I wanted to mention. So after we left the Painted Desert and Petrified Forest National Park, you are a little bit south of 40. So it just routes you on, actually it's old US 40. It routes you that to get you up to the I-40 interstate. Well, as a part of that route that you go through a little town called Holbrook, Arizona. And I don't know why, but I had in my head I'd heard of Holbrook, and I remembered while we were driving through what it was about, because Holbrook was actually also on Route 66. So we're driving down this old Highway 40,
And it's Route 66.
which used to be Route 66, and on the left-hand side is the Wigwam Hotel, or motel, sorry, motel, where it was a really cool thing during Route 66 days, where every motel room was actually a teepee. So let me show you that photo as well. Okay, so in addition to the pictures that we just showed you in Winslow, Arizona, I want to show you this, because I tried to find out, is there anywhere to park RVs that are big like ours? And I just want to show you, this is the main street. This is 40 when you come into town. And basically all the RVers just parallel park on the side of the road, and most of the spots are big enough even for us. We did have one we couldn't park in because there was a hydrant there and we were going to block it, so we just went a little bit further up. But literally it was one block from here, and we were not the only ones doing this. In fact, there were 3 or 4. I think you can see 3 right now. So there you go. This is how you park when you come to Winslow, Arizona. All right, so after we stopped in Winslow, which honestly, a few Route 66 things to take pictures of, but for the most part, it's really just standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. So it doesn't take very long to stop there and do what you want to do. So we left there and we were driving down the road, and we saw a sign. We'd seen a couple of signs on 40 about it, and it was a meteor crater. So we figured, you know what, we're here. It's only about 6 miles off of 40 to go check it out. Why not? So we took a little drive down to see the Meteor Crater, and again, really surprisingly cool. I will tell you, it's for the 2 of us, because we were senior citizens, got the senior citizen discount. It was $50-some for the $52. Thank you, Phil. $52 for the 2 of us to go in. We got to watch a movie, we got to see a piece of the meteorite, and then we got to go see this massive crater. Really cool. Again, forgot to take video, so let me pause here and let you see some of the photos we took of the Meteor Crater. So I do apologize for the wind in the background of this portion of the video, but we have arrived at our campsite at the Grand Canyon. So it's been an amazing day, right? I mean, we stopped at the Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert. We saw parts of Route 66. We stopped at Winslow, Arizona to stand on the corner, because you just have to do that. And then we stopped at the meteorite crater, which we didn't even know was going to be there. It was kind of unexpected, but it was amazing. And then we came on in here to our campground. Now we're staying at the Grand Canyon Camper RV Resort. I think that's the name. I'm sorry. I'll put it in the chat. But um, we we came we when we first made our reservation. Sorry, when we first made our reservation, we they didn't have any 50 amp available in a length that would accommodate our 41 feet. So we said we would take a 30 amp and just hope for the best, only run one air conditioner at a time. But when we got here, they actually had a 50 amp available, and so they allowed us to take that site. I will say that they had a lot of cancellations due to the fires on the north rim, but that has not impacted us at all. There, we didn't see, other than seeing some smoke in the far off distance up in the sky. We didn't. It didn't impact us in any way at all. So I'm going to show you around the campground here. I'll be honest, super fancy, but very reasonably priced. They do have military discounts. They so take advantage of that. Have that available to you. But I'll flip the camera and let you see the rest of the campground. So here we go. That brown building right there, directly in the center of this camera, that is actually the office. And just to the right of that, you see that building there, and then you see a building that says general store. Those are actually, this is the back side of those buildings, but there's a whole strip. There's a post office, there's a general store, there's a Starbucks over there. So you're literally just feet away from a lot of amenities right here in this little town. So here is the campground. All the sites are gravel. Um, they do have full hookups. So you can do 50 amp or 30 amp. There's water and there's sewage. There are the showers. Now, obviously, we don't use the showers because we use them in our RV. Phil said that he did go in there and look around. And if you do want to take showers, you have to buy these little coins to make the shower work. So just be aware of that. Here's our site right here. They can accommodate different lengths, so you tell them what length your RV is, and they'll get you at a site that will accommodate that. Each site does have a fire ring that you can see right there, and it does have a picnic table as well. Now, if you are wanting to do a little more primitive camping, this area out here will allow for tents. You can set up tents there. And when we got here, there were actually some people over here. You could see this area where there's a lot of trees clustered together. I'll zoom in a little right back there. There were actually tent campers there when we got here, but they have since left. So, as I said, this is the Grand Canyon Camper RV Resort, and we've been really pleased with it. It's super close to the Grand Canyon, which is what we were wanting. So, like I said, we were really more interested in location than we were big amenities, because that's something that we wanted to do, was just be really close to the Grand Canyon. And it is literally straight up the road here, maybe 5 miles total to get to the visitor center of the South Rim. So tomorrow we're going to go do some exploring at the Grand Canyon. So we'll make sure that we provide you with videos of all of that. But we're here, we've arrived. We're going to sit still for a few days. We arrived here on a Friday, and we're not leaving until Monday to start our trek northward towards Utah. So, as always, we're Hendrick Home on the Highway, and we'll see you down the road.